you have solutions, and then we want to promote the employment and education and social participation opportunity for people with disability through the advanced technology and education to improve the IT accessibility. So one of the university will develop their own education program and major. They try to recruit students from developing countries. So making some future scientists with disability. So conclusion is the law and regulation are essential to improve ICT accessibility. So sometimes we concern how to implement this new technology, this low-tech or either high-tech. But if you reach through the government part, it can make a more impact or effective change. So outreach government and national agency in developing countries to implement good solution is more effective. And also cooperation with the international civil society such as UN, UNICEF, UNESCO, World Bank, G3ICT might be a really good way to expand your technology acceptable. So thank you.
Any questions for Andrew?
Thank you, Sunil Agarwal. I'm wondering if the emphasis in Korea on the technological access to the internet takes away from disability access to non-virtual worlds, where the impetus comes from for the government to do so much, and obviously corporate partners too. So those are my two questions. Does that make sense?
Does the question make sense?
I think it was not clear.
Okay. First question, whether exposure working on virtual access to computers and internet for disabled persons takes away from access to physical world or social accommodations. And then secondly, where does the political will come from so much in Korea on this?
But actually, the emphasis on internet access did not occur the physical environment, the experience or opportunity, or the access to web actually increased their opportunity to participate in social, more like civil engagement part. They can find their job, or they can easily go to place for training, or they can easily find the event where it is. So that is the problem. If they don't use the internet, they don't have access to the information, computer, they have lack of information, because the Korean government changed their everything by the internet, or like e-governments and e-commerce. You can buy food from your home and you can order everything, and we are seeing like individual company, they own company through the internet, like e-commerce, and they make a huge $1 billion just to internet. So what you can see is people with disability, they can actually own their company and they can manage it in their home. So that access to internet or information actually increased their participation in other activities, not restricted to their physical experience.
I think the second part of that was why Korea has taken hold of this and making it.
I think Korea think they are really good at information technology, and then there's nothing else they can do, because we do not have much resources, so we do not lose our advantage, like international competence. So they want to focus on more information technology. Now they were strong at hardware, So now they want more focus on software, so we can be more competitive in the future. Is that answer?
Yeah. Any questions? Another question? No?
Hi, this is Mark Harris. Can you talk a little bit about, you have several programs where you bring people into Korea to participate in activities, and then you talked about setting up the centers outside in other countries. I'm not sure quite how to frame this question, but why those countries, and how did you make decisions about what programming to put out into countries in order to improve accessible IT?
As we listened before my presentation, some developing country, they don't have the fund to set up the center or library, have computer access. So this actually provides them some good opportunity, like setting up those kind of public center without much money. And then what it was problem was they were lack of professional. They don't know how to use the not basic skill, such as using the software or development of web pages or other like technical know-how. So they really want to get those manpower, professional skills. And what I try to say is that center cannot take care of all the population in that country, but that could be the example of information access center. So whenever the government has more fund, they will start building a similar type of center in their local or suburb or other part of their country. So it will become the bigger and bigger.
Dipti Samant. I think you mentioned that you had some great programs where the centers were also doing things like reutilizing technology that was being discarded, and there was some reuse, and as well as the demonstrations and so on. Now, I just wanted to ask you, does that penetrate throughout the country, or do you see a difference between these centers are available in, let's say, the more urban areas and maybe not so much in some others? So what's your take on the geographical division?
So what is the benefit of this NIA is under government, so government agency. So everyone knows this agency. So a lot of the non-government organization or other civil society, they look for help from this agent. And then what this agent can do has more authority because it's close to government party. So they actually connect to their like partnership. Like they can link more like industry partnership or something like the better way. So even if some local school, they don't have enough computer, if they ask this agency, the agency try to help them out. So it's really good to have this set of the government agency, upper, higher division.